This winter, Chicago birders are on the hunt for hundreds of visiting species.
Last year, photographer Tariq Shahzad set the record by logging 294 unique bird species, all while working full-time as an environmental policy advocate for the Nature Conservancy. Tariq joins us now with more how you can get involved. Welcome.
Thank you.
And congratulations, because you set out a goal to have your big year, which is a thing for birders. Can you explain it a little bit?
Yes, so Big Year is a self-paced challenge to see as many unique bird species as possible within a single calendar year in a specific geographic area. So my Big Year was in Cook County, and it was in 2024.
Oh, in Cook County only?
Yes.
Wow.
And
okay.
you broke the record, right?
Yes, I broke the record by a single bird, so it was quite miraculous, and I did it on December 8th, 2024, with a little bit less than a month to spare.
And so you were keeping going, hoping to go a little further.
Yes.
Okay.
And what bird broke the record? What bird was it? I mean, that bird's going to have a special place in your heart.
Yes, so it's a short-tailed shearwater. It's a bird that I did not expect to see in Lake Michigan because it's a pelagic seabird from the Pacific Ocean that nests off the coast of Australia and Tasmania. And scientists are positing that because of climate change and the melting extent of Arctic sea ice in the north, seabirds that become lost near the Bering Strait can accidentally get into Hudson Bay and then get leapfrogged into the Great Lakes system. So this was a miraculous bird to have as my record-breaking bird.
Wow.
Is it sad to you that you found him, or was it just cool? Because obviously that means there's problems, right, that they got up this way.
Yes, I think I want to view it as sort of like an optimistic and educational piece, if anything else, and attach that it can be used as a tool for us to educate folks about the importance of action against climate change and to protect our bird species, because right now, climate change isn't years away. It's happening right now to birds and their ecologies and their ranges, and many of them are going to suffer unless we take bold action.
Absolutely, and that's kind of leads into your full-time work that you have. I mean, you were an environmental policy advocate for the Nature Conservancy's Illinois chapter.
Yes.
So when did you fall in love with nature?
I've fallen in love with nature, I think, as soon as I was a little kid, and I had access to Chicago Park District sites and Forest Preserve districts of Cook County sites. I lived in the Northwest Side in Norwood Park, so I had Schiller Woods.
Because I'm like, you're a city kid,
Yep.
and here you are, you fell madly in love with the wildlife around you.
I think one thing we're really lucky to have here in Chicago is these wide, large natural spaces throughout the entire region. The forest preserves are one of the oldest forest preserve systems in the entire country, and per capita, we have some of the most green space per resident.
So tell me why, for folks watching home, maybe there's some kids watching home, why is it so cool to get into birding?
Well, I think one thing is birds come in all different colors, shapes, and sizes. They show up in every season, and they're very fleeting. I think the fleeting nature of them, the fact that they have wings and they can fly away at any moment, makes them very special and rare, especially the ones that aren't supposed to be here or there's very few numbers of. It's sort of like playing a game of Pokemon or collecting stamps, and the rare birds you see, the more people get excited about them.
Yeah. I'm assuming it takes, a lot of knowledge to be able to recognize the bird, research it, know where it's from. On top of that, it takes a lot of patience because you've got to wait, and then it also takes a lot of trust because we were surprised to know, how do you prove your record? Sometimes you can get a photograph, but sometimes you can't, right?
Yes, so for the vast majority of the rare birds I saw, was able to photograph because I dabble with wildlife photography in a little bit, and I think some of y'all have showed that in the segment here. And so I do have that proof through audio or visual photographs, and we upload to this conservation database called eBird. We have ornithologists and folks who've been dedicating decades of their life towards making sure that these birds and these records are safe.
Are these your photos?
Yes, all my photos.
Oh, these
Wow.
are, that's the one that everyone talked about that was very rare along the lakefront, right?
Yes, there's a bunch of rare birds featured here. Piping plovers are one of them.
That's the
Montrose
one.
Beach, we have a single pair of Great Lakes piping plovers, an endangered subspecies for that shorebird, and that pair recently nested last summer, and they fledged a one chick successfully.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, you're an accomplished photographer, though.
Yeah, these look good.
This looks very professional. So you're talented on many fronts. So
what can all these photographs tell people about our area and what they can do to help preserve our area?
Yes, I think these photographs help show the diversity of bird species we have. Over 300 different species were seen last year. And yes, that means I did miss some birds on my big year because I work full time. But that we have so much diversity and abundance of bird species, but if we don't take care of them, we're going to lose out on these birds, and current and future generations won't be able to adore and experience that bird joy that I was able to enjoy.
And Tariq, where do you think that people should go? Do you have a secret spot or one of them you'd be willing to share with our viewers? Maybe an easy place to where they won't have to wait too many hours to see a bird.
Yeah.
Yes, so I have 3 tips. First, forest preserve sites and Chicago Park District sites. A lot of Chicago Park District areas have natural areas, which is a specific subsector of the work that they do. So they have prairies and wetlands at CPD sites. And birding the lakefront is my favorite place because I think that's where the magic sauce is, with really rare gulls and seabirds that show up fleetingly in the fall. And then lastly, I recommend birding with a buddy. So birding with other people in these natural areas, because you might see a bird, you might think, I've never seen that bird in my entire life, and someone with more experience or someone who's seen that bird illustration in a book will be able to point out what kind of bird you saw.
Is fall the best time then to see most of these?
Spring migration and fall migration are both critical. So in the fall, that would be September and October, and in the spring, that would be April and May.
And I know really quickly, there are things that people can do to protect birds. I mean, a lot of bird collisions happen, right? And should we be feeding birds right now?
Yes, so right now a bird flu is happening, so you need to be a little bit careful with when you're feeding birds and bringing them all together into one place because they can get sick from each other.
Yeah.
But I would say with bird collisions, it's really important that we bird-proof our homes and our properties
Shades.
and to install bird-friendly glass design. So the American Bird Conservancy has great resources on that, as well as if you own property or if you can plant native flowers around your property, that would be great to uplift insect life, and then that in turn creates more bird life. As well as action on climate. And your personal carbon footprint matters, but also global and holistic and state and local policy matters in terms of reversing the trend when it comes to climate change so we can protect these species for generations to come.
A lot of local communities will go in on you if you're going to plant some native species too, so you don't have to pay for them all.
Would love that, absolutely.
Thank
And there's
you.
cheaper ways too to bird-proof your windows too. You can buy little things to stick on
Exactly.
your windows.
Little dots with enough spacing will show the bird that that's not habitat to go through.
There you
Yes.
go. See, you don't have to replace your whole
Right,
windows.
yes,
All
right.
right. Thank you so much for being with us. For more information, you can find Tarek on LinkedIn or on Instagram.